Hello everyone, my name is Emma and welcome back to day 6 of our 7-day yoga challenge to improve flexibility and mobility. Well done everyone for getting this far. We've only got 2 days left, so keep going. For today, day 6, we are going to be focusing on our ankles, which is an area that we don't really tend to target, but it's so important to keep the mobility of our ankles going as it carries the whole weight of our body. So there are no props required for this class. So when you are ready, you can come and join me on the mat. For today's class, we are going to begin in a child's pose. So feet together, your knees can come apart for kind of a more wide-legged child's pose, or they can come together. Hands can go out in front, or they can come behind. And just start melting your chest and your forehead down towards the mat. If your forehead doesn't reach the mat, you can always pop a cushion or a block or a blanket, anything at all underneath. We'll stay here for the first few moments and just sit in some stillness with our breath, noticing how the body feels, noticing how our inhale and our exhale is. And maybe just seeing, can we slow it down? And from there, we're going to move our hands over to the right side, keeping the head low here, and just taking a few more breaths in this gentle side body stretch. And on your next inhale, moving the hands over to the opposite side. And then slowly coming back to center, we rise all the way up. From there, we are going to bring our knees together and we are going to tuck our toes and just sit up on our heels, just inviting a gentle toe stretch. And from there, we come onto all fours, hands directly underneath the shoulders, fingers spread nice and wide here, and knees about hip distance apart. We're going to take some cat and cows, inhaling to arch the back, gazing up, exhaling to round the spine, bringing the chin towards the chest. Following your own breath here, inhaling to arch and exhaling to round. We all meet back in center. From there, we are going to extend our right leg out behind, flexing the toes. Find your balance here, maybe find your drishti, and then extend the left hand out alongside the ear. We hold here for 3 breaths. And on your next exhale, lower back down, switching sides here, picking up the left leg this time, sending it straight back. And then once you have your balance, maybe looking at your drishti, extend the right hand out along the side of the ear. One more breath here. And bring it back down. From there, we're going to find our first downward facing dog, tucking the toes and sending the hips up into the air, keeping a bend on the knees here. I want you to really come up onto your toes here, heels nice and high, and then send the heels down as low as you can. Doing that again, heels rising up nice and high, and then pushing them down. Last time, heels come up and then send them back down. Pedaling out your downward dog here, nice and slow, bending one leg while straightening the other. And then switching sides. From there then, we are going to look to the top of our mat and begin to walk the feet forward, meeting the hands, coming into a forward fold here, and maybe swaying side to side, maybe joining opposite elbows for a ragdoll. And then on your next inhale, rising all the way up, inch by inch, coming to your mountain pose, Samastihi. And from there, on your next inhale, you're going to rise up onto your tippy toes. And exhale, come back down. 2 more. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, come back down. If you need to hold on to the wall or anything here, please feel free. Inhale to come up. And exhale to come back down. We're going to do that once more, but this time we're going to hold. Coming up onto the tippy toes and holding for 3, 2, and 1. Coming back down and then just sending the weight back into our heels. Lifting the toes up off the mat if you can here. And place it back down. From there, we're going to inhale and reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. From this forward fold, we're going to plant the palms and step it back to our downward facing dog. From there, we're going to inhale, raise the right leg, 3-legged dog. And exhale, rounding the spine, knee to nose, and stepping that foot in between the hands or as close to it as you can get. From there, we're going to drop the back knee, coming into our low lunge. And from this low lunge, we're going to inhale here and exhale, send the hips forward. So you're working on your hip flexors here, but we're also sending the knee over the ankle, working on that ankle mobility. From there then, we are going to inhale, coming up onto our tippy toes, and exhale, send it back down. From there then, we're going to inhale, lifting that front heel up, coming onto the tippy toes, And exhale, send it back down. So just like we were doing earlier, but on a single front leg. Inhale to come up onto those toes, rising with the heel. Exhale, send the heel back down. Once more, inhale to come up and exhale it back down. From there, we're going to straighten that front leg, setting up for our half split. So coming up onto our heel, flexing the toes, and our hands come down to the mat. Just taking a breath or two here. And then from there, we are going to point those front toes, see can they touch off the mat, and then bring them back up, flexing them towards you. Twice more. Inhale to drop the toes, touching the mat. Exhale to flex them, pointing towards you. Last one. Inhale, toes come down. Exhale, pointing back towards you. Staying in your half splits then just for another couple of breaths. And then when you're ready, bending back into that front leg, planting the palms and stepping back to plank. Option to take a vinyasa here, or we all meet in downward dog. So option as well to stay up on your toes or come down onto your knees. Inhaling here, exhale to lower. Inhale for your back bend and exhale, send the hips up into the air for downward facing dog. We move to the second side. Inhale, raise the left leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, stepping that foot in between the hands. Dropping the mat knee here. And inhale, coming up for your low lunge. And exhale to send those hips forward. Knee comes over the ankle a little bit. Taking a couple of breaths here before we move into those heel lifts. So when you're ready, inhale to lift up that front heel. Exhale to lower back down. Two more. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Last one. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Very nice. Straightening that front knee. Coming up onto the heel and our hands come down to the mat for our half splits. Getting ready to do those toe taps again. So when you're ready, inhale, toes come forward. See, can you touch the mat? Exhale to flex back. Inhale, toes come forward, touching the mat or as close to it as you can. And exhale, flex the feet. Last one, inhaling to come down and exhaling to come back. Just taking another couple of breaths there in our half splits. Before bending back into that front leg, planting the palms, stepping back to plank, an option to take your vinyasa. Inhaling in plank, exhale to lower. Inhale for up dog or cobra and exhale to send the hips up into the air for downward facing dog. Moving to our second sequence then. When you're ready, inhale, raise the right foot, three-legged dog. Exhale, step that right foot to the outside of the right hand, coming into our lizard lunge. When you get there then, just bringing a little bit of movement into this lizard lunge. Maybe rocking back and forth, up and down, whatever feels good here. And from this lizard lunge, I'm going to come up onto my fingertips here. And on my next inhale, I'm going to bring that back foot up to meet the front, coming into Malasana, yogi squat. Doesn't matter if your heels don't quite touch the ground here. But if you can, if you do manage to have a lower squat, try get your elbows in between those knees and really work on pushing and pulling against each other. So the elbows are going to push out and the knees are going to push in. Fingertips come to the mat again then. And this time we are going to step the right foot back, coming into lizard lunge on the left. And we're going to do this a couple of more times, moving from lizard into malasana. So when you're ready, picking the back foot up, coming you back into malasana. Picking up the left leg this time, sending it back for lizard lunge. Taking a breath here. On your next inhale, bringing that foot forward, coming back into malasana. And then sending the right foot back, coming into lizard. Taking a breath here. And then on your next inhale, bringing that foot forward for malasana again. On your next inhale, we rise all the way up. Toes come together, heels come apart. Sending the hips down, hands come up for our chair pose. From this chair pose then, stay here, or else when you're ready, coming up onto our toes like we did earlier and holding for 3, 2, and 1. Send the heels back down and the hands can come down as well with the torso for a forward fold. Planting the palms here, stepping it back to our downward facing dog. We'll do that little sequence again. When you're ready, inhale, raise the left leg. Exhale, step it forward to the outside of that left hand. Coming into your lizard lunge. Coming up onto the fingertips. And when you're ready, picking up the back leg to meet the front in malasana. Taking a breath here, inhale and exhale, coming back onto the tippy toes and sending the left foot back for your lizard lunge. Taking a full round of breath and then stepping it back for your malasana again. Taking a breath here and then stepping the right foot back to lizard lunge. One more breath. And picking the right leg back up to come into your yogi squat. From there, then we're going to inhale, rising all the way up. Toes can come together, heels slightly apart. Inhale, raising the arms, hips come down for your chair pose. Staying here or coming up onto your toes and holding for 3, 2, and 1. Sending the heels back down. Torso comes down for your forward fold. You can shake it all out in this forward fold. And from there, we're going to bend the knees and take it all the way down onto our mat. Coming into a comfortable seated position, we're just going to take a gentle twist here. Inhaling to lengthen and exhaling to twist to the right. Your left hand can come to your right knee and your right hand can go behind you. Coming back to center then, changing sides. Your right hand can come to your left knee this time. Inhale to lengthen and exhale to twist, gazing behind you. And on your next exhale, coming back to center, we're going to take it down onto the mat, coming into Shavasana. So lowering all the way down and taking up some space between the legs. Our hands can come to the side, palms facing up. And just beginning to slow down the practice, slow down the breath. And just taking the final few moments to sit in some stillness. Relaxing down the feet and the ankles. We worked on them quite a bit today, so just give your body this chance to sit in some silence and some stillness. When you're ready then, slowly bringing some gentle movement back into the body. Taking your time to bend the knees. Stretching out overhead maybe. And eventually turning onto your right side and joining me back in a seated position. Hands can come to heart center. Namaste, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me for today, day 6, our second last day, and I hope to see you all tomorrow for our final day of this 7-day flexibility and mobility challenge. Tomorrow, it's going to be a full body practice, so I hope to see you all there. Thanks, everyone.